Okay. So this is a live stream about actually labella jazz tapes and the strings I'm using on this 7-string guitar. So just making sure we know that it's not about jazz improvisation or anything like that. So that was a song called Isfahan, and I'm playing this on my 7-string guitar here. And thank you for watching. And so let's talk about these strings here. If you look carefully, let me see if I can do this without doing too much effort here. Let me turn this down. So if you look carefully at my strings here, these are labella jazz tapes. Okay, right here. Take a look. Yeah. So these are pretty heavy. Now they start at 14. This is a 7-string set since I'm playing a 7-string guitar. So before we continue, I'm streaming right now live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And please subscribe or follow me if you don't so far, and share my live stream. I'm everywhere at Ron Jackson Music. And my next show, if you're in New York City, is going to be at City Vineyard on February 29th with great Alex Skolnick. He plays he plays with the group Testament, but he also plays great jazz. He has a great jazz trio that plays in town and tours Europe and all kinds of different things. Alex does all kinds of stuff, and we're going to be doing a tour. A guitar trio tour in the West Coast at the end of the year, and and we have a great little duo that's going on. So hopefully we'll see you there on February 29th. You can get tickets everywhere. Let me put a banner up for you guys. So we're going to be talking about these labella strings tonight. These labella jazz tapes, and you could check out these strings. You just go to I have an Amazon store right here. I'm going to show you. And, you can get the strings there. And here's what they look like. So they come in this package here. I'm an Amazon, artist, jazz, labella artist, excuse me, and an Amazon influencer. But take a look at this. So these strings are pretty thick. Look at this. They're 14 to 79 width, okay, for the 7-string, which is actually a bass string. So I'm going to show you real quick what it looks like on the guitar, and then I'm going to take the strings out for you to see them individually. And the interesting thing is the first 2 strings are just wound. Actually just regular, strings that are not wound, just regular straight strings like that. And then when you get to the third, 4th, 5th, and 6th string, they have black. When you get to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th string, they have black tape nylon on them. Okay. So it's really kind of an interesting sound, and the sound is really has a really unique sound. Now I'm going to talk about what they say about these strings in a minute. So look at these strings right here carefully. If you look carefully, you see the black tape around them. And I was turned on to these strings by the great Bucky Pizzarelli, who taught me how to play 7-string guitar, who got me into playing it. Now, remember, everybody, that I still play 6-string, obviously, because I do a lot of videos on 6-string. When you play 7-string, you still play 6-string. I guess 7-string players who play 7-string know that know that obviously. But sometimes six string players come up to me and say, "Hey, man, so I heard you play seven string." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I still play six string." Okay, so what I do is when I take these strings off, this is a seven string set, and I have my I'll show you my D'Angelico Premier XL over here on the side, and over there I just take the seven string off. I put the same strings on my jazz guitar. Now these strings only are for jazz guitar and archtop guitars like this Benedetto. Okay, this Benedetto seven string that I'm playing. So pretty soon you'll see my Ron Jackson model seven string from Wyatt Wilkie. He'll also make a custom six string of my model. It's gonna be 18 inches. This is a 16-inch guitar. It's not that big. It's nice and comfortable when you're touring and stuff. So and when you're on the road, it's a really great guitar by Benedetto. You can take a look here, the Benedetto model. Okay, you see that? See that? So these strings are really unique sounding. So let me tell you what they say. I'm going to show you what they look like too out of the package. 1 second. So just so you know about these strings, they say that La Bella Jazz tapes, these strings are the secret behind the sound of the best professional jazz guitar players in the world. These strings are handcrafted with a proprietary black nylon tape wound on a hexagonal core. The result is a flat and extremely smooth string, producing a warm, jazzy sound with zero finger noise. Okay? These professional jazz guitar strings are made to fit archtops and hollow body guitars, therefore are not suitable for solid body rock guitars. So these strings are not made for a rock guitar. You know, I have rock guitars here, you know, and I have a Schecter Keith Morrow 7-string, but you can't put these on there. It's not the right string for them. So people keep asking me all the time what kind of strings I have. So that's why I'm doing this video all about it. You can just, if you want to get those strings, just go to my Amazon store on the link, and you can go to my playlist about La Bella strings that I'm going to be putting up very soon. Okay, so so here's what they look like. I'm going to show you each individual string, and I'm going to take them out of the package. So I actually have these strings separated in a bag here. So they come in this package. Actually, I don't want to open that one up. They come in a package like that. Okay. And I have quite a few of these actually, because I have a bunch of them. Wow, I have a lot of them, and some of them are not open. So look, here's basically what they look like. So the strings strings 3 to 6 look like this. They're black tape nylon. You see that? They're really interesting looking strings. Let me take these out so you can see kind of how they look. Can you see these strings? They're black tape right here. So if you look carefully, they have this little winding at the end. It's like a classical guitar string almost, but it's for, it's made for electric jazz archtop guitars. So the inside is steel, but the outside is nylon. Okay. So this is I think this is the 4th string. I use these heavy strings, everybody. If you have any comments, please let me know. I'd like to, if you have any comments or questions, please ask me as soon as you can. And so look at this. I want to wind this back up. So these strings are pretty heavy. I use 14s to 79. Okay, and there's a lot of guitar players who use much lighter strings. They're a little easier to play. I can play actually even with more technique with the lighter strings, but I like the sound. Okay. Now, for example, the thickest string on there is the 7 string. Look how thick this is. So this 7 string is a bass string actually. So I took my guitar, to a low A note. Okay, that's the same pitch as an acoustic bass, the third string, or electric bass, the third string. Yes, the third string, the A string, and it's pretty low. Okay, and this string is actually a bass string. So so all the strings are normal. You know, like the first two strings are just regular, non-wound strings like this, nickel, I think. Okay, and then the strings, um, 3 to 6 are black tape nylon with a hexagonal core, metal core, and in this package here, in this box here, okay, the strings come in this package like this, okay. And it's funny. I rarely change my strings. I change my strings once or twice, maybe once a year or twice, or once every 2 years. I keep them on there for a long time, actually. I don't think I've ever changed my strings on my Benedetto guitar yet. Since I got the guitar I've had the guitar for about a year and a half now. I haven't changed my strings. So these are the strings I use. Now look at this. If I play my 6-string guitar, look at this. I just use the 6 strings from the pack without the 7th string, okay? So it looks like this. So I'm using these strings, the same strings, but I'm not using the 7th. I'm not using the 7th string on my 6th string. So it sounds really great, these strings. Remember, it's the same gauge. I'm using 14 on here. If you have any questions, let me know. And please, if you're enjoying this, please subscribe to my channel or share my channel. I'm streaming live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, which is like off of StreamYard. Okay, and definitely go to my page, check out my store, and check out these strings. They're great. Now let me show you what this sounds like on my 6th string. Hold on. So on my 6th string, this 6th string has a brighter sound. So it has a really cool sound. So it's exactly the same guitar, the same strings. Look at this. Let me show you. So these are the black tape nylon strings. Everybody talks about these strings, always asking me questions. So I'm doing a whole video about it. So I'm using the 7-string set without the 7th string on this. That's all. And when I got this guitar from D'Angelico, they were freaking out about how thick the strings are, but it works out fine. It didn't break the guitar neck or anything like that. Hey, I'm playing 11s right now, and they are brutal. Can't even imagine what the 14 feels like. Oh, really? Hey, I want to tell you a story, guys. This is a great story, Charles. Thank you, Charles. Vaughn, music. Let me show Charles. That's Charles's comment. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate it. I appreciate your comment. So you know what? Here's the thing. I had this guitar repairman in Brooklyn for a long time. He told me this story, everybody. He says he comes in with people come into his store. They have the lightest action, and they have the lightest strings and they have the lowest action. And they come in and they say, "My guitar is buzzing," and he was just saying, "Look," he doesn't want to tell them that, but he says, "Look, the strings are too light and the strings are too close to the fingerboard. That's why they're buzzing." So just so you know, the thicker the string, the more sound you get, and the higher the action, the better the guitar sounds. So I mean, it's important to So when I play the 14s, they're not, I could play the 11s, but they're a little too light to me. What happens is you don't work hard enough, I think, when you play the lighter strings. I could play the lighter string. I could really play as 10s on my solid body. They make sense on a solid body, but not on a jazz guitar. Okay. And I know people that play 10s on a jazz guitar, which really surprises me, because I used to stay with Pat Martino. He used to use 14 I mean, no, 15s and 17s and stuff like that. And you see how big of a sound he got? So the bigger the string, the more sound you get. So listen to this sound on the guitar here, on the strings here. Listen to this. And I still can bend these, actually. Watch this. Let me hide that one. All right. So that's what the strings sound like on a 6 string. They're really great sounding strings, and they really have a jazzy sound. On this guitar, since the guitar has a warmer, a more trebly sounding pickup, it's a Seth Lover, I think. Seymour Duncan. I'm a just so I'm a Seymour Duncan artist, and I love their pickups. And actually, on this 6 7 string Benedetto, there's a Seymour Duncan pickup too. It's called a B7, I think. Benedetto for Benedetto, and it's a 7 string pickup. These are really great strings if you want a jazzy sound, and they're thick, but you can get them at I think the thinnest you can get is 12. Just so you know, Charles, and they're really wonderful strings if you want to play these kind of strings. So so I've been talking about these strings and playing through these strings and going through these strings, and just so you know, you can pick up these strings on my website at Ron Jackson Music. At Amazon.com/shop/Ron Jackson Music. You can check them out there. I'm going to be leaving this video up so you can watch it later, talking about these strings and how they sound. And I like these strings too a lot. And I used to use these strings. I'll show you. So I used to use these George Benson. I actually I got these recently from Tomastic. These are great strings too, and these are kind of like what I'm using right now. These are 14s, to to uh, to 55. So I used to use these on my other guitars, but I've just been keeping to labella jazz tapes in general. So labella jazz tapes are slightly heavier. So this is 1418. Then it goes to 36 wound here, and this is to 21. Then it goes to 31, and mine goes to 46, 56, 67. And the sixth string goes here to 55. So it's slightly lighter, but this is the George Benson model, and these are great strings too by Tomastic. Okay, and these are our flat wound strings, so you should check these out definitely as well. Okay, everybody. So I appreciate everybody watching, and so you can watch this live stream about labella jazz tapes as a replay on my YouTube channel and Facebook channel. This is not going to stay up on my Instagram channel. This is just streaming right now to Instagram for all my Instagram fans. I appreciate you guys. So thank you all. To everybody, please follow me if you don't, and subscribe at Ron Jackson Music, and check out my, my store and everything else, and come to see me play next week. I'll be home doing, content and stuff like that, and doing some lessons and stuff like that, private lessons if you want to take a lesson. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys soon someplace, online or in person. Bye-bye. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.